Hello and welcome to Spellcrafting, a small game I've been working on to learn Godot. The idea is to create a sandbox which allows you to create spells. This will either become part of a main gameplay loop or just be a tool to create spells as a developer. Let me show what I've got so far. For example, let's say I have a character and this character has this sword spell. Let's delete this real quick. Now, this thing by itself does nothing right now. Doesn't even track the player or anything, just stays in place. But I could go ahead and change its activation type from external to, let's say, press button. If I now run it again and I press 2, I cast it and it attacks. But it's still weird because it's not following me. So here's where things get a little bit funky and interesting. So I stripped down all these basic components of what makes an attack in a normal game scenario and try to separate them into separate modules. And I can now attach those to expand and augment the behavior of the weapon or the spell. For example, let's say I have a teleport to nearest enemy. I attached it to the sword. And now I have to set its target, which is going to be the sword. And this one is not going to be external, this one's going to be a self-trigger. And has a cooldown from, let's say, 3 seconds. If I now run it again, after 3 seconds, it teleports to the nearest enemy, which is this dummy. And I can attack. Similarly, I can also say, for example, it rotates randomly. And this rotate randomly can also have the same kind of settings that I can set up here, but the idea is to have a lot of things that have this external trigger, so something else needs to trigger them. So I could set up a trigger external cooldown, and this one is set up to be continuous. And this one's gonna be a target of rotate randomly. Oh, okay. This is not working. What is not working? Rotate randomly. Okay, rotate randomly has no target yet. That's the problem. So now the sword is rotating randomly and it's then teleporting to the nearest enemy, and I can still attack. So hopefully you can see what the end goal here is. Just by combining all these different elements, I can have an emergent system where I can have like the ability to just design a lot of spells that lead to unexpected behaviors. And for now the idea is to just allow everything. It doesn't need to make sense. Maybe it's gonna break the game, but maybe it's gonna turn out to be something completely awesome. And this is for now everything I've been working on. I have a couple of basic behaviors. I just have this sword spell for now as like an actual attack type, and I'm just working on a lot of back-end stuff. I mean, this is just generally a learning project. There's gonna be a lot of problems. I'm gonna refactor everything sooner or later. I already did refactor a lot of stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I already have an idea for the next version I'm gonna working on. I'm gonna work on some UI stuff, and yeah, thanks for watching.